On June 14th, 1940, Paris fell to the Nazis. It was a major event in world history. And if you know a little bit about World War II, you probably know what came next for the French. The French resistance. The resistance against the Nazis. De Gaulle went to London, the Free French fought in Africa, and the partisans fought on the streets. But that's just one side of the coin. There's another side, too. Not everyone was resisting. Some were collaborationists. That's the side I want to talk about today. These collaborationists were called the Vichy French, named after a small town in southern France called Vichy, the capital of the collaborationist government. They had a very fascinating story. You see, the Vichy French were the continuation of the actual French government. Most of the people in there had been elected by the people back in the 30s. After the French totally collapsed in World War II, they signed a peace treaty with Hitler. And part of that peace treaty was loss of territory, occupation over the north, and essentially puppeting of France. Now, the prime minister at the time, Philippe Pétain, did something pretty radical about a month later. He presented a bill to the Vichy French Chamber of Deputies. Essentially, it would give him the power to rewrite the Constitution. It was very clearly a power grab, and very clearly it was going to make him a dictator. Obviously, the left-wing and pro-democratic parties in the Chamber of Deputies lost their minds over the bill and desperately tried to stop it. But after a lot of extortion, bribery, and a lot of Nazi help, the bill passed. Pétain became dictator of the Vichy French. Now, the bill passed about 583 votes to 80 votes. Those 80 are called the Vichy 80. They are generally tagged in with the resistance. A lot of them went to jail soon after they made their vote. They have excellent legacies. The same cannot be said for those who voted in favor of making Pétain dictator, even if they had their opportunistic or perhaps logical reasons. You see, the Vichy French had a pretty nasty downfall. In 1944, soon after D-Day happened and the Allies were landing on the beaches, storming towards Paris, while everyone was rising up all across the country, the Nazis generally thought that the Vichy French were starting to become a liability. So Hitler ordered the army to go in and end them, which they did. Most of the Vichy government was soon arrested or put under house arrest or anything of that nature. Those Nazi chains soon turned into Allied chains, as the Allies soon came in and re-arrested all of these people. Instead, now they were no longer facing the SS, they were facing the Free French, and Charles de Gaulle did not take kindly to traitors. Most of these people had military tribunals. The Prime Minister of Vichy France, Pierre Laval, was executed, and as for Pétain himself, well, he was put under house arrest. He would have been executed, but he was in his late 80s, and it's not like he was going to be doing much anyway. He lived only a few years longer, becoming incredibly depressed, and eventually dying with no legacy at all for the Lion of Verdun.